One of the most important things that I can talk about on this channel is grass. Growing grass in a transition zone. That may be a great question. What's a transition zone? Well, it's an area where cool season grass, and that's what you're looking at down here, cool season grass, in this case a tall fescue, grows really well. But because of the intense summer heat, it doesn't grow so hot. So if you're in the Midwest, if you're north of probably Missouri, you're out of a transition zone. So think of it this way. If warm season grasses won't grow in your area, you're not in a transition zone. So if you're in New York, if you are in Maine, Wisconsin, if you're not in a spot where Bermuda is going to grow really, really well, not in a transition zone. But if you can grow Bermuda, if it is warm enough to do so in your zone, you're probably in a transition zone, especially if you can let some of this grow right here. Especially if you are overseeding every fall, if you're thinking about dieback during the summer, you're definitely in a transition zone. So what do you need to know about a transition zone? The most important thing that I have been able to ascertain that you need to know is that cool season grasses grow optimally between 39 degrees and 79 degrees Fahrenheit. If you have average temperatures that are above or below that, your grass is going to begin to go dormant. And that means, you know, that yellow dying back that we see during the summer in the transition zone. Because this is what's crazy. We're just out of February, we're into March, and this is ragged because I've put a ton of compost on it. But I mean, this looks like some of the stuff that you would get in a more of a northern part of the United States in June or July. In my case, we're going to grow probably solidly from March, April, and May. We're going to die back from June, July, and August. And starting in late September, October, November, we're going to grow. So in reality, in the transition zone, you have about 2-3 month periods where grass grows really, really well. So heat is a stress. What are things that we can do to ameliorate this stress? Continue to give it water when it needs water. But I also think really thinking of things at the micronutrient level, because people who are in a transition zone, typically in the southeast especially, get way, way too much rain. And when you get a lot of rain and there's a lot of clay, what happens is as that water passes over and or through the soil, it leaches out most of the nutrients that are in the soil, and it creates an acidic environment. Cool season grasses do not like acidic environments. In fact, what cool season lawns really want is something pretty neutral on the pH scale. Now, there's something else that you should really know about the pH scale, and that is the macronutrients and the micronutrients that exist. Okay, calcium, phosphorus, all of those aren't available to the plant, okay, in the CEC exchange when you have a very acidic soil. So that means that there need to be certain adjustments done to the soil that you have here. Soil fertility is probably one of the most important determining factors of whether or not this is going to be super successful during the summer. Looks okay now, but actually I would say this is pretty anemic. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be adding some great products that I'm going to be recommending in another couple videos. So stay tuned. We'll tell you more about those. We'll keep giving you updates on this.